Previously on MasterChef Australia.
Today, there are no rules.
It was no holds barred for Callum, Laura and Reynolds.
Not just any dessert, this is the big gun that I'm pulling out.
As they let their imaginations soar to showcase their very best creations.
I want to do a little Harry Potter-inspired dessert.
Yeah.
They wowed the judges with unbelievable dishes.
Flavour-wise, it was perfect.
But it was Reynolds' golden snitch that brought the magic.
Wow, wow, wow.
This dish is a game changer.
Earning him immunity and a fast track to finals week.
Well done, mate.
Tonight,
Come on, pick it up.
a massive service challenge
I'm a little bit nervous, to say the least.
that will send one of these favourites home.
Have a look at who's coming through those doors.
No way.
I'm shaking.
Burning up in my heart like a flame, like a brighter shooting star in our souls. We all know our dreams make us. Burning up in my heart like a flame, like a brighter shooting star.
It's something that I've wanted right from the very start of the competition, to make finals week again. There's something so magical about that final week of the competition. If I have a bad cook today, then it's me going home and I miss out on finals week. I miss out on my chance to redeem myself from coming runner up the first time around. So today's as important cook as any so far at the competition.
Come on in, gang.
Oh.
What is going on?
Walking through the doors, I can just see 4 stations and a big, big dining table. It's like, oh my God. Who are we cooking for?
Very interesting. Oh, everyone's scoping it out. Any surprise looks?
Where do I stand?
Sorry.
Smooth as silk. Hey, commercial kitchen. Dining table behind us. Not quite what you expected, eh?
Definitely
We've
not.
still got a few tricks up our sleeve.
Oh,
Everyone feeling all right? I know it's Black Apron Day, but spirits should be high.
always high.
Ranald, first things first, mate. Congratulations. You won immunity. You're in finals week and first member of our top 4. How you feeling?
Feeling really good, living the good life. But it'll be incredible to watch these guys cook it out today, because they're all such incredible cooks, and I can't wait to see what happens today.
All right, down to some serious business. Elimination day today. One of you goes home. The last day before finals week. Let that sink in. You guys are so close.
Today's elimination is, as you've probably guessed, a service challenge.
Yep.
It's a very special service challenge, though, because joining us today to taste your food are 6 of the hottest chefs in the country.
Really?
Just a little bit of pressure, you know? Each of you will cook one of 4 courses. A vegetable entree, a fish course, a meat course, and a dessert.
Cool.
So, who's cooking what? Jock.
I'm going to ask each of you to take a token. Don't look at it, all right? And then when I tell you, you're going to reveal them. Got it?
Yeah.
Do not look at it. Just one token, also, unless you want to cook 2 courses.
Oh, man, I'm nervous for him now.
Don't look at it.
I really want the vegetable. The reason why I really want to do the vegetable course today is because I just love vegetables so much. I have a plant-based diet and I'd love to do a dish inspired by some really cool vegetables.
All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Everybody hold them up in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yes. What'd you get?
Veggies.
Okay, Amelia, you have fish. Callum, you have dessert. Reese, you have vegetables. And of course, Laura, that means that you have meat.
Oh my
Look how happy Reese is.
Yeah, you're stoked. You wanted veggies and you got veggies.
No, I've got some really cool ideas. So I'm excited now.
I'm looking forward to it. Today's your day.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Amelia, fish and choux pastry.
Yes, girl.
How do you feel about getting the fish course?
I feel good about getting fish. I think at this point in the competition, you should be able to do everything. So,
That's it.
you know, it's just another chance to prove myself. I really love fish. I don't cook a huge amount of it, and I've only cooked it once in the competition, and that did not go too well for me. So today, I want to be able to redeem myself.
Now, Laura, you have meat.
Yes.
Are you happy?
Very happy.
And Callum, we have seen some really, really spectacular desserts from you across the season. Another one busted out today?
I hope so. I've felt really comfortable cooking some desserts so far in the competition and had some good feedback, so I'm really excited. And to see who we're cooking for as well.
Right, here's some rules. You'll each have 2 hours to cook your course and get it ready to serve.
Yeah.
It'll be a staggered start. So, Reese, you'll kick things off with a vegetarian.
Yep.
45 minutes later, Amelia, you'll start. 45 minutes after that, Laura, you'll start. And then Callum, 45 minutes after that, you'll start your dessert.
Okay.
2 hours after you start, your plates must start leaving the past. Do you understand?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to prepare 9 plates in total. Obviously, 1 for each of us and 1 for each of our guest chefs today.
I want to know who we're cooking for now.
Yeah, me too.
Now, each plate must be perfect. Yeah? Consistency is the key today. They must taste the same, they must look the same. I don't want any excuses today. Whoever does the least impressive job is going home at the end of today. Everything you need is in that pantry or in that wonderful garden out there. This is what you're here for. This is the big one. This is it today, yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
Your last chance, one of you is about to go home. The rest of you will be in finals week. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reese, your time starts now.
Good luck, Reese.
Thanks, guys. Okay, let's do this. Let's go roast. Yeah, I'm very happy with the vegetable course. Like, I love vegetables. Like, I eat them for my life. So, yeah, I'm really happy. I have a plant-based diet, and what about it that I really love is that it gave me an appreciation of vegetables and how to make them tasty. Okay. I think being on the first course and cooking vegetables is a great opportunity to show the judges something they haven't seen of me before. My vision for this dish is to have a whole poached beetroot in the pickle liquid, some roasted beetroot. I want a goat cheese foam. Oh my God, so many beetroots. I have this idea for like a hazelnut chocolate crunch to go over the top of it as well. And I'd really like to tie everything together with a Shiraz vinaigrette. I'm just going to get my poaching liquid on as soon as possible and then work on my roasted beetroots. And once they're on, I can start to work on like the finessing options. So kind of the pressure point at the moment is just getting this beetroot liquor on as soon as possible. The reason why I'm going with more classic flavours is because it's flavours that I truly love, but I am worried about the judges thinking, you know, classics are classics and may not be worthy of the MasterChef competition. If I'm able to nail these elements, I do think it's a good opportunity to show the judges why I deserve to be here.
Good work, Reese. Travelling well.
I don't know about you two, but I am pumped.
Absolutely.
Reese and vegetarian. You know, I've been waiting
very
for him
happy.
to bust out some more vegetarian, maybe even vegan dishes into the competition. This
Yeah.
is the best chance he's ever going to get.
Laura in meat, surely she's got this in the bag. She's very comfortable in that space. And then Callum has produced some delicious desserts across
Yes.
back to win.
But If you had a look at his face when he pulled out pastry, he's got the wobbles. I'm calling it now. I don't know what's going to happen with him today, but he'll be one I'll be keeping a close eye on. Yeah. Amelia's got the fish. Obviously, pastry's her bag normally, but we've seen her cook some good dishes
And
in
I
savouries.
loved her attitude. You know, she was absolutely right. At this point in the game, everybody needs to be very well-rounded and not just put up a decent dish, but a great dish.
So true.
Someone will go home at the end of today, unfortunately, and so I don't think anybody wants to bring the weakest course.
Hey, Reese, you've had 30 minutes, which means Amelia, you have 15 minutes until you start.
Come on,
I do think this is a good challenge.
I'm really excited about this challenge. Service is my favourite part of the day.
Me too. Like when I run those cakes, that's the best. You know, I have spent the last 6 years only making cakes. It definitely worries me today that I don't have service experience and I'm coming up against 3 people who have a lot of service experience. The nerves are hitting me hard. But it also worries me that I've got fish. The last time I cooked fish in this competition was the Josh Nyland elimination, and I think I came pretty close to going home.
The hero is the kingfish, and it was very dry.
The fish is undeniably, overwhelmingly overcooked.
There was a lot of great intent and a lot of really good technique, but she'd be close to the bottom.
Can you hear me coming yet?
I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Amelia, come with me. Let's get you to your station. It's time.
This is a huge challenge for me. If my comfort zone was here, these 9 perfect fish dishes are across the room. I mean, this is so out of my comfort zone. And so I need to be really clever about this.
Have you got a strategy?
Yeah, just going to work in as much flavour as I can. Cook the fish perfectly. Those are my 2 strategies.
All right, Amelia, your time starts now.
All mealsy.
How you going, Reese?
Yeah. So far, so good.
I'm making crispy skin barramundi sitting on a little bed of just wilted fennel. I'm going to have a Geraldton wax oil and a Japanese-inspired broth.
What fish have you got?
Barramundi.
Nice.
Sheer big fish. I only have 4 elements on my dish today, and the risk with that is that each of these elements has to be perfect. I really do see this as a redemption cook. I was really intimidated by cooking fish. Look, I think I just had a bit of a confidence lapse. I kind of thought that my cake experience wasn't that relevant, so I didn't feel like I was up to standard. But since then, that's changed. This challenge is forcing me to rediscover a skill set that I'd completely forgotten about, which is a really strong intuition for food, not just in desserts. And I just want to prove today that I can do this. This could be my redemption.
Righto, legends, I got bolt time calls here. Reese, you got 45 till service.
Yep.
Amelia, you got 90. And Laura, you start in 15. Let's go, you 2. Keep it going.
Go, guys.
Hi, Reese.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Reese.
What's happening?
My plan is to, go with classics and make a dish that I know everything will work really well together and texturally is really pleasant to eat. I'm doing beets. I'm going to poach some in a little bit of a pickle liquor, and then I'm going to roast some, and I'm going to serve that with a goat's cheese mousse. I'm going to make a crumb out of hazelnut and chocolate and honey, and then finish it with a red wine vinaigrette.
Sounds quite safe. Beetroot and goat's cheese is a very safe combination.
Well, they're a known combination, that's right. Because I know all the flavours work together, and I think it's super delicious. Also, like, I don't want to screw up my flavours. I feel like twice in the last 2 weeks I've maybe like gone too far with flavours. So I'm just going back to something I know and like making sure that it's super delicious rather than try to push the box and stuff up.
I mean, don't get us wrong. We love classic, any kind of classic combinations and dishes. I'd just ask you to take a second at some point as you're going through this cook and ask yourself, how are you making this dish finals worthy?
Yeah.
For me, Reese, mate, I want to see development from you, you know? I want to see, and it doesn't have to be throw the whole dish out, but I just want to see how you've gone from, you know, cooking in a restaurant to coming on this competition to learning so much throughout the competition.
Yeah.
I don't want you to then fall back on something that you've done years ago. You know what I mean? So I just want to see a little bit of development.
Every single time you walk into this kitchen in a black apron, you're risking everything. I'm not only risking my position in the competition, but I'm risking everything that I gave up to be here. And I'm incredibly worried that, I've chosen the wrong dish, and that will send me home.
Let's go, Reese.
Today's elimination is a service challenge. We have 2 hours to create 9 plates of food. I'm on the first course, which is to hero vegetables. I'm making a beetroot dish with hazelnut, chocolate, goat cheese, and a Shiraz vinaigrette. And I'm in trouble. I was really excited about the concept of this dish, but the judges have implied that I'm playing it safe and either haven't overly explained my dish or I am playing it safe.
I worry for everyone today. Ask yourself, how are you making this dish finals worthy?
Good luck, Reese.
Thank you.
Good luck, buddy.
Someone's going home, big dog.
It's not me. So I'm adding like new ideas and stuff that I'm hoping will impress the judges. I'm just gonna make 2 different dressings. I think I have the time to do it and I'll decide which one I like better. So I'm gonna go to the garlic. My strategy now is to try and steer away from being so classic in flavours. So I had this idea of like a lemon myrtle vinaigrette. Sorry, lemon myrtle. Just taking you apart.
You got this, Reese.
Lemon myrtle butter. I think the lemon myrtle will give a nice vibrancy and floralness to the dish, which I think will be a great addition. I just hope that doesn't cost me any time. I'm going to infuse it into some brown butter and attempt to make like a vinaigrette with it. Just to try and like play a little bit more excitement into the dish, I suppose. I want to modernise it. I definitely don't think a boring dish will keep me safe today. So I want to take the judges' advice and try and elevate it somewhat because it's at the stage where you just can't come in and play it safe and cook a nice dish like we're fighting to be here. I think if I went home today, like, it would be completely devastating. There's only days left until the final and I just want to be here so badly.
Nice, Amelia.
I've got my fish bones on roasting. I've portioned my fish, and now I'm going to get my bones out of the oven and start the sauce. Today I'm making crispy skin barramundi with fennel and a Japanese broth. For me, this dish is all about this broth. My broth is really the hero of this dish. This needs to be perfectly seasoned, have really bold flavours and sort of tie everything together. So I've roasted off my fish head and bones and I get them into a big stock pot along with leeks, fennels, onion, garlic and some water. I've got a massive thing to prove with this dish. Fish and broth is the only 2 important parts of my dish. Everything else is just fodder. And the risk with that is that each of these elements has to be perfect. There's nowhere to hide in this dish. At this point in the competition, people are being sent home over the tiniest little mistakes. There's really no room for error.
Laura!
Yeah.
Your time
Oh my God.
to shine.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
You got 2 hours. You got a clear idea?
Very clear.
Yeah?
Yep.
I don't mean to state the obvious. This is the biggest cook that you've had yet.
Yeah.
You want to be in that finals week?
Yeah.
Get going.
I will.
2 hours starts now.
Thanks, Andy.
Good luck, Laura.
Thanks, Ray. I've got a clear idea of what I want to do, the flavours I want to cook. I know that there's going to be nerves along the way, but I feel like the moment you start doubting yourself and the dish you're making is when things start to crumble. So today I've decided to base my main dish around peas, mint and lamb. It is showtime. Everyone has their own versions of peas, mint and lamb, but I think a classic is a classic for a good reason. I am going to take some of the beautiful lamb off the rack, cook that in a lot of brown butter, get heaps of caramelisation, heaps of flavour. When I met my husband, Max, it became pretty obvious very quickly that the Sunday roast in the Sharrod household was like a thing that happens every single Sunday night. And that kind of came along with the deal. Like, if I wanted to be with Max, I had to be good at making Sunday roast. I'm hoping to put up something a little bit more sophisticated than a Sunday roast, but that's where my inspiration's coming from. I want to keep the flavours simple, but the techniques need to be perfect, and that's what I always strive for in this kitchen. So, you know, today is no exception. The first thing I need to get onto is making the base for my jus. The jus that I want to have with it is a beautiful, sticky, salty, sweet masala jus, and I know it goes beautifully with lamb. So I've got my onions browning on the hibachi. I want to actually blacken and burn the flesh. That's just going to add so much depth of flavour to this sauce.
The burnt onion.
Oh, smells good.
Hey, Laura.
Hello, lovely Mel.
Lamb and peas.
That's correct.
Sounds very simple.
Yeah.
How will you make the lamb perfect for every single dish?
Yep.
And also, how will you set yourself apart? I mean, you're wearing a black apron, you know
Yep.
someone's going home.
Yep.
I know you don't want it to be you, because
Yes.
you're not ready to leave yet.
No.
So talk to me about what will make your dish exceptional.
You know, I like simple techniques done really well and simple flavours done really well.
Yes.
So it's inspired by a Sunday roast, but it's all about like perfecting techniques.
You do need to create something that is exciting. Can you do this?
Yes, I can, Mel. I can.
Bring it on, Mel.
Bring it on. There is definitely a lot of effort going into this sauce. I mean, I feel like because this dish is so simple flavour-wise, I just kind of need to elevate it with like a really cool, interesting sauce. I've got some spatchcock that I've just quickly chopped up to get those bones roasted as well. Some leeks, some carrots, those burnt onions, the bones, quite a bit of water and some masala. And I'm going to put that on a high pressure for 30 minutes just to really intensify the flavour.
Carmen, hey.
Reese, you have 20 minutes to go.
I'm definitely growing the dish. Like, more ideas are coming to my mind, and I just want to make it really, really spectacular. So right now I can definitely see like 2 or maybe 3 more elements that I can add to elevate my dish. Firstly, I've decided to go with the lemon myrtle vinaigrette. Now that I've made it, like, I think it's really tasty and adds some really delicious characters to my dish. It's probably the thing that my dish needed to be a little bit different. But I still want to utilise the pickle liquid. The pickle liquid is still such a tasty element for my dish and has so much acidity in there that I think I need. So I want to keep that, but I'm going to turn that into a gel and have that on the base of my dish. I'm definitely going to be pushing it for time now that I'm adding new elements. Like, that is one concern I have, but I just have to go for it.
Oh yeah, it is in the pant. I'm on the fish course today. I'm doing barramundi. I'm going to serve it with wakame and sake broth and a gelatin wax oil. I'm reducing the fish head stock down so it's slightly thickened. It's reduced by 2/3 and is just not looking good at all. I want this to be a beautifully silky, shiny, glossy, clear broth. But my broth is very cloudy. And I'm tasting it. It could so easily overpower the dish.
Meals.
Hello, Andy.
How you tracking? You got your fish portion, your
Fish
broth
portion,
seems to be on the go.
Broth's on the go.
Talk to me about this broth. Like, I know it's going to be like deep flavours in there, but how's it going to look? I mean, yeah, it's quite cloudy. Is there any plan B?
There's no plan B, no.
Right, okay.
I've only got fish and broth for my dish today. The broth is what brings this dish together, and it's far too cloudy to serve to the judges. If I can't fix my broth, I'm going home today. Plain and simple.
Talk to me about this broth. I mean, yeah, it's quite cloudy. Is there any plan B?
There's no plan B, no.
Right, okay.
The broth is what brings this dish together, and it's far too cloudy to serve to the judges. I have to fix this.
You got this, Amelia.
This is my focal point, so I'm going to clarify it, and it should make it crystal clear. So I decided to make a raft to clarify my broth.
You're doing a raft?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. For a raft, you use egg whites as a base, and then you can add in extra meat or fish. As the proteins cook, they pull all the sediment out of your stock, and they clarify that way. The raft will float to the top and set in the way that an omelette sets. So it's really just a waiting game. I can't test it yet because I don't want to break the raft. So it's coming together, it's looking nice and firm up top, which I hope means underneath is clarified, but I'm not ready to poke through it. If this raft doesn't work, I'm going to have to just serve this cloudy broth as it is. That could be my downfall.
I always choose the most prep-heavy jobs, don't I?
Nearly there.
Okay, everybody. Have a look at who's coming through those doors.
Oh, no, I can't.
Your guests are just about to arrive.
I'm too busy.
I hope you're excited. Please welcome Joe Barron and Matt Stone from Oak Ridge, Shannon Martinez from Smith and Daughters, Peter Gunn from Ives, from Birch and Purchase Sweet Studio, Darren Burgess, and from Sabre, Kirsten Tibbles.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Good to see you again.
How's up? How are you, mate?
I haven't even started cooking yet. And in through the door walks Matt and Joe and Darren Purchase and Kirsten Tibbles. Like, these guys are legitimately some of the best chefs in the country. Holy crap, puts a whole new layer of pressure on.
Wow.
Looks like we're going to have a feast.
It's like grand.
Hey, Reese,
Yes.
you've only got 15 minutes left.
Yep.
Your guests have just sat down. How are you feeling?
Oh, that's made me so nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I'm shaking.
Don't. Shake it off.
I can't believe that these really cool chefs who I've always idolised are back again. Yeah, it's so exciting to see the people who've just rocked up, like all guests of the show or people we respect so much. My goal is just to, impress them. I'm excited. I'm shaking.
Just remember, this is the most important service of your life to date.
Come on, guys. Come on, pick it up.
Let's go, you three.
Good luck, guys.
I'm on it.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
My cooks come down to the wire. Like, I think because I've changed a few elements, I've really tried to elevate my dish. But I know I need to blow the judges' mind if I'm going to make finals week. Okay. These can stay here. All my beetroots are done. I've got so many beetroots. So, time to move on. I still got to do my mousse and I still got to do my chocolate crumb. I'm a little bit worried, but I'm just gonna put my head down and get it done. There's no room for error with this dish. The flavours are bound to work. But it's gonna come down to balancing, making sure the dish is nice and well flavoured and really well balanced. So I'm gonna add a chocolate honey and hazelnut crumb to my dish. I think beetroot can go really well with sweetness and nuttiness, so that's where I want to include those flavours. Beetroot and chocolate is well and truly known to work, like it works in desserts so well, so I think I can definitely utilise that concept in a savoury dish. So the crumb's made of toasted hazelnuts, puffed rice and chocolate and honey. The reason why I want the crumb on the plate, because for me that's the seasoning. It's got the sweetness and heaps of salt in it, and that's going to be sprinkled over the top of the dish, so every mouthful you get this really cool texture, which is full of flavour.
Mate, what's happening?
I'm nearly done, Jock. So,
we only got 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Nearly done.
First dishes are going to be out on time. Please tell me.
100%. It's a cold dessert, so I'm going to plate everything at once.
It's not a dessert.
Oh, I'm used to saying dessert. I'm just used to it. The immense amount of pressure and stress that you go through to have to be creative and come up with ideas for these challenges and then execute them in the time frame is pressure. But every single day that I put on this black apron is an opportunity to grow and to show the judges like why I deserve to be here. This just means so much to me. Oh no.
Laura, you good for time?
Yep.
Nice.
I've got the third course today, which is meat. So I'm just going to get that jus maximising in flavour in that pressure cooker, and then I'll take it out and I'll reduce it. I'm going to take all this lamb off the bone.
Beautiful.
So I've chosen lamb rack to use from the pantry. I think today I want to take the actual fillet of the lamb off the bone, just to present it a little bit more sophisticated and refined. It's a full piece of lamb, lammy lamb. I think it's always a risk taking the meat off the bone. I mean, you get so much flavour from the bone. That's a beautiful rack of lamb. But the way I want to cook this lamb today is I want to get the outside all really caramelised evenly, and I know that I can't do that if half of the meat is on the bone. Yes, it's a risk, and I shouldn't be taking risks in a elimination challenge, but I think this is a good one.
All right, welcome everybody. We are in the middle of an elimination challenge. Reynolds up there in the gantry, so yesterday he won immunity from today's elimination. And then we've got our last 4 cooks who are fighting for their spot in the finals week. They had 2 hours to cook their dish. Reese, he's starting us off with a vegetable course, which is great because he's vegan. Second course we're gonna have from Amelia. Amelia's cooking fish.
I haven't seen Amelia cook a lot of fish before, so that's interesting for me. I know I might be wrong, but I've seen her cook a lot of, obviously, desserts.
She's only cooked one other fish course, and that was when Josh Nyland was here.
Right.
And they nearly sent her home. Laura's on meat, and then we finish up with Callum on desserts.
Callum's been producing these really complex desserts, so
yeah, right.
He's really stepped his game up in flavour combinations, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm cooking the last course today. I think it's good to have some time to think about your dish, but too much time is not always the best thing for me. Sometimes my best ideas come really quickly because you don't have that time to overthink and to kind of add an element just for the sake of it. So it's a double-edged sword because at this stage of the competition, one bad cook is enough to send you home.
Must nail the lamb.
Yeah, that's so good.
Today is an individual service challenge. I'm cooking the 4th course, which is a dessert. We've got 2 hours to prepare 9 perfect plates of food for the judges and the 6 guest chefs. It's my turn to cook, and I just can't wait to get in that kitchen and get started.
Go, Callum. You got this, buddy.
My strategy today is less is more, so maybe try and pare it back a little bit, let the flavours shine and make it a little bit cleaner, so to speak. I'm feeling reasonably confident with desserts in general, I guess, in terms of the feedback I've got. But at the same time, hasn't been cooking for some of Australia's best pastry chefs. The dish I want to cook today is aniseed myrtle, Davison plum and chocolate. So I want to make a chocolate aniseed myrtle cremo. I want to do a Davison plum sorbet, aniseed myrtle and white chocolate rocks, and toasted macadamias.
Oh, those macadamias are chunky.
My element of roasted shaved macadamias is something that I ate on a dessert when I ate at Oak Ridge a couple of months ago. So the fact we're cooking for Matt and Joe today is awesome, but also puts a lot of extra pressure on. The first thing I want to get cracking on is that Davison plum sorbet, because it's going to take a while to cook, cool, blend, churn, and then be served. Davison plums are a really beautiful native ingredient. They are bright purple in colour. They're super sour, but have a little bit of sweetness to it as well. So you can use them as you would a regular plum, but they're a bit more sour, so you sort of got to temper that sourness with other ingredients. This has got to be one of the most intense group of dessert cooks to cook for in this country. So I'm a little bit nervous, to say the least, but hey, if you want to win MasterChef Back to Win, you've got to do this sort of stuff.
Go, Callum.
Hustle, brother.
So I have to pass that, and that's it, and then I'm good. It's pretty much service time. So at the moment, I'm just doing a quick little plate up of one. So I put a little sample dish to the side and I give it a taste. I'm definitely nervous, but excited nerves, which I think is important. Oh my God, I love it. I'm really happy with the flavours in there. I can definitely taste the chocolate, all the really cool textures and the ghost cheese. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the dish. Yeah, I love it.
Hey, Reese. Less than 2 minutes to go. Are you ready?
Let's go, Reese. Looking good.
To plate up the dish, I put the beetroot gel on the base of the dish and build the salad of beetroots around it, so alternating between the poached pickled beetroot and the roasted beetroot. And then I pipe a mound of the goat cheese mousse on the side, finish with the crumb on top, garnish with a little bit of the wood sorrel, which is going to bring a lot more acidity to the dish. Okay, service. And then just finish with the lemon myrtle vinaigrette. And it's time to go. Let's go. I'm really happy with my dish. There was a few last-minute add-ons like the lemon myrtle dressing. I just hope that was worth it and is super tasty and brings my plate all together as one.
Okay, Reese, no pressure being surrounded by all of these incredible, talented people, but what's the dish?
So it's beetroots with hazelnut chocolate and then goat's cheese with a lemon myrtle vinaigrette.
Your vegan vegetable course should be well within your wheelhouse. The beetroot goat's cheese combo, classic or cliche?
I reckon it's a classic. Like, I did jazz it up a little bit, incorporating the lemon myrtle vinaigrette. What I'd really like you to appreciate is the freshness of it. Like the vinegars, I think I've utilised them well, as well as the textures of the dish.
Thank you so much, Reese. We'll taste now.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Reese.
See you guys.
Well done, Reese.
All right, let's eat it.
I thought there were some real positives. I think he cooked the beets absolutely perfectly. I love the combination of the lemon myrtle and the ghost cheese. It's classic, but it's classic for a reason. I think it worked really well with the beets. Where I think it could have been elevated was some acid. It was a little sweet for me, but I reckon for a first course, with the pressure that he's under, there's a lot to like in there.
I agree with Andy. The beetroots were cooked pretty good, but the layers of the myrtle and the cheese really threw it out for me.
For me, this plate of food felt a little bit timid.
The textures of the beetroot were lovely. The lemon myrtle was lovely. The goat's cheese, the texture was quite lovely. This cacao and beetroot works really well. I liked it. I don't think I loved it.
For me, the beetroots were a bit under-seasoned. The cocoa nibs were a bit misplaced for me, I think. That sort of pickled beetroot jelly had on the side, there needed to be twice the amount of that. I would have liked a little bit more goat's cheese as well. It's a nice dish, but we weren't looking for nice today. Someone's going home today, and I don't think nice is good enough.
The components felt really separate, nothing bound it together. It would have been great to see a hazelnut cheese or something like that instead of the goat's cheese. You know, with ingenuity in vegan food, like nut cheeses and stuff are really cool. You know, that would have been cool to get a surprise in there. For me personally, I love lemon myrtle, but for the beetroots it didn't work. I would have gone more wattle seed or something, but it was okay.
Shannon, you eat meat, but you are a vegan chef. That's what you're known for. What do you think?
Obviously, purely out of bias, I wanted the veggie and the vegan contestant really to smash this. And they 100% haven't, and I'm devastated.
All right, that's one course down and 3 to go.
I've got the third course today, which is meat. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. Every single day when I walk into the MasterChef kitchen, I walk past these beautiful planter boxes of peas, and I know that I want to use those peas in my dish today. Flowers. There's some beautiful pea flowers in the garden. Also, the tendrils are really nice and tender, and I think they're going to be a beautiful addition to the dish. Oh yeah, she's minty. And there's also some beautiful native mint in the garden. Like a nice little oil. So I'm just picking that off the bush to create my oil with. That will be split out with my jus. All right, that'll do us.
Oh, you took all the flowers.
Look how fresh those look. So I blanch my peas off really quickly in some boiling water, and I'll toss them through some lamb fat, burnt butter and lemon juice later on. I want to add another substantial vegetable to my dish today, so I've chosen celeriac. I thought about doing a puree, but because I'm hoping to put up something a little bit more sophisticated than a Sunday roast, puree is just a little bit, I think, too basic. So today I'm just gonna roast it in some brown butter in the pan in some beautiful little wedges, just to really elevate the flavour. All good, Mel?
So I've got a half hour to go.
You got heaps of time. Yeah.
This looks really not good, but it's really good. In today's elimination, I'm on the second course and I have to cook a fish dish. Everything's done. I just need this raft to work so I can strain it off and then season my broth. I know my raft's set because it's solid, and I'm just hoping that this has worked. Okay, it's the moment of truth now. If this raft doesn't work, I definitely cannot serve this to the judges. I scoop out my raft and I get it over a muslin cloth and lift up that sieve. Beautiful. And I see some beautiful clear broth underneath. The raft has worked, it's done. Now I've got a pot on because I'm going to reduce this and then just get some butter in there to bring it together. My broth is done, and now it's time to cook my fish. This is the most important part of the entire dish. My entire experience on the competition up until now is riding on this cook. I do think if I don't cook this fish perfectly, I deserve to go home.
All right, let's do it.
I'm so happy with this flavour. 25 minutes to go. My broth is done, and now it's time to cook my fish. The most important part of this dish is the cooking of that fish. I cannot mess that up. With the Josh Nyland elimination, I overthought everything and I just didn't trust my instincts. Today will be different. I am just cooking this fish the way I know to do. I want that skin nice and crispy and I want the flesh just set.
Where's your fish at?
Just in the oven.
Okay. Please do not serve those legends undercooked fish. Their expectations are higher than what I thought they would be.
Of course.
They're like nothing but perfection.
Of
Nail
course.
that fish.
The looming pressure of knowing you make one little slip, one little mistake, and that's enough to send you home is enormous. This is like the cook for our competition, basically. Like, this is it. This could be my last cook, and I don't want it to be. So I'm really nervous.
Oh, that colour's really nice.
Thanks, Reese. I'm making my cremota. I'm using anise myrtle, which is a pretty intense flavour. So I want to use enough you can taste it, but not so much that it just completely kind of dominates the dessert. So it's a bit of a juggling act. Anise myrtle is native to Australia. It's these beautiful bright green leaves, and it's got a gentle fennelly star anise kind of flavour to it. Chocolate and aniseed flavours go together really well, as long as you get that balance right. So I want to have enough of that aniseed myrtle in there, so it's kind of just subtly coming in the background of the chocolate.
You can definitely taste it though, Cal, right?
Yeah, it's just subtle.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to blow my head off with anise, but it's like just in the background sort of thing.
Okay.
I'll get my cremota into some moulds and it's into the blast chiller to set. It's time to start on those aniseed myrtle rocks. I've just made a little crumble. I'm going to toast it off in the oven, make a biscuit, and I'm going to coat it in a mixture of milk powder and white chocolate. The dish I'm cooking today needs a little bit of texture because a cremota and a sorbet are both quite soft things. So having something with a little bit of kind of crunchiness to it, I think is really important. So that's where those aniseed myrtle rocks are going to come into their own.
Bang on time.
Nice.
I just can't believe how quickly the past 90 minutes has gone, but with 30 minutes to go, I know that it's time to start cooking my lamb. I'm cooking this dish today because my husband Max loves lamb, so I know that today I need to do this one for him. So I start to see the lamb and I know how to cook lamb, but I feel like everyone's eyes are on me right now as this is happening. At the end of the day, my dish is going to come down to how a piece of meat is cooked.
I'm really feeling the pressure, I'm not gonna lie. It's all about this lamb. If it's not perfect, I am done.
Laura.
Yep.
How you doing?
I've just cooked my lamb, like seared it really hard.
Yep.
And
Has it been in the oven or?
No.
No.
I'm just going straight in the pan.
And are you nervous that the fact there's nowhere to hide and there are a table full of royals over there?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you so nervous today?
I'm always nervous though.
Because someone's gone home?
Yeah. I can't have negativity. Otherwise I'll crumble.
Good luck.
Thank you.
On the outside, I look really calm, but I'm like inside so scared. Like the thought of going home on something like a dish like this that is so simple in its nature, I think would defeat me and I won't have made my goal to, do one better and to make the finale and to win. And whoo, it's just, I don't know.
I'm cooking for my spot in this competition. I know how to cook, like this is what I do every day. This is, I'm gonna get all emotional. This is what I do, so, I just need to do it well.
People say that winning isn't all, but I don't know. I just have so much to prove.
Laura, you good?
Yeah.
All right, am I ready? In today's elimination, I'm on the second course. It's time to get this food on the plate and I'm actually really excited to present this dish. I finish off my fennel with a few pops of finger lime for some freshness, and I get that down in the centre of my plate. I top that with a piece of my fish, and then I drizzle in some of that Geraldton wax oil. The broth is going to be served at the table.
Service.
Go, Millsy.
Come on, Milzo.
So you want to just pour the sauce down one side and let it just fill the bowl?
I am so happy with the flavour of that broth, and I just think it is going to bring everything together.
I'll never forget this Thai. To walk up a dish surrounded by some of the best chefs in Australia, drop it in front of them and say, this is my best work. You know, that's intimidating. Fish probably was my worst nightmare. You know, I kept it really simple and I just tried to drive as much flavour as I could through that broth, but it all relies on the cooking of that fish.
Amelia, explain your dish.
Okay, so we have some crispy skin barramundi sitting on top of some just wilted fennel. And then I have a Geraldton wax oil and a fish head and sake reduced broth.
Big risk for you doing fish. What led you down this path?
I just really wanted to prove myself. You know, I've put up a lot of desserts.
Second course we're going to have from Amelia. Big risk for you doing fish. What led you down this path?
I just really wanted to prove myself. You know, I've put up a lot of desserts. I put up a lot of desserts, as you know. Desserts are really my passion piece. But I'm an exceptional cook. I truly, I'm just such a good cook. It is my passion. And I, since the Josh Nyland fish disaster, have intentionally stayed away from it. So I think I've done myself a little disservice in that regard, but I just have been so conscious of really trying to express to the three of you who I am. And I find it easiest to do that through pastry. And I think if there's any time in MasterChef to step up, it's the one before finals week. You know, I need to prove myself, and if I've done it a disservice, then I don't deserve to win.
As you said, you are an exceptional cook, so I'm really looking forward to trying this.
Thank you. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Fish and fennel, it's a classic. The ginger along with the fennel has actually lifted everything. I really enjoyed it. The skin on the barramundi was beautifully crispy. And for me, she delivered it.
The fish was cooked perfectly. The skin, you know, crisp, beautifully seasoned and really salty and crispy. Loved the broth. There was also a huge depth of flavour, and I think this is, in many ways, quite the redemption.
Fish was perfect, crispy skin, just flaked away. That broth, there's a lot of flavour going on in there. Good stuff to Amelia.
I would happily pay money for that in a restaurant. Beautifully well cooked and well balanced for me.
Overall, the dish was excellent, and for someone who was sort of scared of cooking fish before, she's absolutely nailed it.
So, redemption done.
Yeah.
dish I'm cooking today is chocolate and aniseed myrtle cremeux, the Davison plum sorbet, the aniseed myrtle rocks.
I actually, to be honest, I think I'm going okay for time.
I'm actually ahead of my schedule. I had so much time to think about this dish that I thought it would take me longer to prep than it has, but I've flown through it and I'm looking at the flavour profiles I've got and I'm thinking, can I add some elements to the dessert?
I was thinking that a little oil could be a cool addition.
I think this aniseed myrtle oil is a good idea because the Davison plum sorbet is really intensely sour and sweet. So I think something that's a little bit more neutral just to tie those two flavours together.
Yeah, I've certainly taken a fair whack of the aniseed myrtle from the garden today, but I think it's worth it. I've got this really vibrant green oil and it's got a really kind of punchy sort of flavour to it.
In addition to the other elements on my dish, I've decided I'm going to make a little Davison plum sherbet. The basis for this Davison plum sherbet is actually a recipe I learned from Darren Purchase almost 10 years ago. To then make that for him today or to serve a dish that's kind of inspired by the Oak Ridge guys as well. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, I can do this. I am so nervous. Well, I've got 10 minutes to go before I need to start plating. If I cut into that lamb and that is not perfect, there's so much at stake today. I've got everything ready, my lamb's resting, the pass is all set up. There has never been so much pressure on me to nail this lamb. I want this lamb medium, it feels really, really nice, so... Wait, how many people are there? There's not... I'm so panicked. I need to portion this perfectly.
Good work, Laura.
It is blushingly perfectly pink. I can honestly feel about 20 kilos of lamb fat just fall off my shoulders. But I cannot take my foot off the pedal now. I now need to plate up 9 perfect dishes that look exactly the same and taste exactly the same. As I start to plate, my lamb goes down first on the plate, then the celeriac wedge that's been cooking in that brown butter, a nice spoonful of those lamb fat peas, and then I start to arrange all those beautiful garnishes. So the sheep sorrel, the pea tendrils, the carcala that's just been quickly blanched off, and finish it with a pea flower. Service, please. I'll take this one. I'm really happy with my dish today. It's very simple, but I really hope that the judges understand why I've kept it really simple and just tried to elevate the flavour of each individual ingredient.
Laura, what's the dish?
So we've got peas, mint and lamb.
How'd you go tricking up the lamb and peas and mint combo?
I just kept it really simple. For me, it's like a bit of a take on a Sunday roast, just like a childhood memory.
I reckon we dig in.
All
Thanks,
right,
Laura.
Enjoy. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think that she has really achieved what she set out to do, which is to take a simple idea and make it sophisticated. I mean, the lamb was perfectly pink, well rested, and then, the peas had a lovely bit of freshness and bite about them. And I think that was magical about it is that jus. It's turbocharged with flavour and then heightened by that oil, that native mint oil just brings all of these elements together. So you have nostalgia in bucket loads, but you also have finesse and you have flavour.
The lamb, I would have preferred it on the bone. I love lamb rack and I love chewing on the bone. It would be the only negative comment for me. Other than that, it was absolutely perfect.
She's cooked that fillet perfectly. The sauce has got buckets of flavour.
Beautiful ingredients, cooked really well. The real star of tying it together with the herbs, like the crunchy, sour, salty herbs, just give this kind of vibrancy and cut that deep lamb richness really well. So I think it was beautiful. I'll definitely eat it again, and I think there was some great techniques on there.
So we are 3 dishes down with 1 to go. I'm looking forward to seeing what Mr. Strategy over there, Callum, has for dessert.
Oil, rocks, macadamia, rocks, sorbet cremant, done.
Callum. How are you, mate?
Hello, Doc. I'm
Talk
good,
to
mate.
me.
How are you?
What are you doing?
Chocolate and aniseed myrtle cremant, so that's in the blast chiller. Davo plum sorbet.
Yep, looking good.
Anise myrtle rocks, so it's like a little kind of biscuit crumb with heaps of anise myrtle leaf through it. You can see the green colour.
Yep.
Rolled in white chocolate and milk powder. Mandolins, roasted macadamias. Davison plum sherbet. And then aniseed myrtle oil as well.
I mean, you've got quite a lot going on. You got a table full of royals over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
I am trying to be conscious of being restrained, but I'm also being conscious that it's finals week and the judges want to be blown away. They don't just want to eat something pleasant.
All right, mate, I'm going to leave you to it. I don't want to distract you too much. Good luck.
But I've got lots of different ingredients and textural little elements. I think it's a really risky move. I hope this isn't a mistake that's going to send me home. I am trying to be conscious of being restrained, but I've got lots of different ingredients and textural little elements. I think it's a really risky move.
I mean, you've got quite a lot going on. You got a table full of royals over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
All right, mate, I'm going to leave you to it. I don't want to distract you too much. Good luck.
Appreciate it, mate. Cheers.
Let's go, Callum. How are you going for time, Callum?
Yeah, going all right, mate.
I'm getting ready for service. The judges have now questioned his dessert. There's always a path you've got to choose at this point in a cook.
I just want to do a little plate up now and sort of see how it's all coming together.
So do you take a risk trying to demonstrate a bit more technique, or do you play it safe and cook something simple that you know works? One little slip up, one wrong decision, you could be going home.
That's a labour of love.
Maybe doing 5 elements in one cook was a stupid idea, but I don't want to rein it into the point that they're saying, well, you haven't really done enough here and this isn't competition worthy either. So I just hope it works as well in the bowl as it does in my head.
I just had my little test plate and I think it's really delicious. It kind of reminds me of like a native cherry ripey sort of vibe.
I'm definitely getting the Davison plum and the chocolate loud and clear.
I think it's delicious. I'm going to start plating up.
And I just hope the judges like those flavour profiles together. It's now time for service, and the plating feels pretty intense because these are not just any diners that we're serving, these are some of the best chefs in the country. So there's that whole extra level of pressure, not to mention someone's going home at the end of today. I've got the chocolate and aniseed myrtle cremant on the plate.
And I chuck some fresh plum in there as well, just for a little bit of kind of relief from all the intense flavours going on.
A squeeze of that oil around the base of the dish. I get the aniseed myrtle rocks on, the Davison plum sherbet, the macadamias, and finally that sorbet.
All right, guys, may I please get sweetness?
It's now time to take my plate to the judges. It's incredibly nerve-wracking because all eyes are on me. I hope today with this dish I've shown the judges a little bit of technique, but maybe a flavour profile that's kind of interesting as well.
Thank you.
And most of all, just a delicious plate of food.
Callum, what's the dish?
It's chocolate, Davison plum, macadamia, and anise myrtle.
This is fairly unusual, not something we've seen you sort of do before.
Yeah, I think at the start of the day, Jock, you spoke about at this point in the competition, you want to see growth. And for me, I think actually me growing in this competition is trying to do a little bit less. So I think I just tried to keep it simple with the flavour profile today.
All right, mate, I can't wait to test it.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
I've got to say, it's colourful. Green, pink, and white, and, you know, it's quite a nice-looking dish.
Yeah.
There was a lot to love in this dessert for me. The sorbet was just a breath of fresh air. The sherbet lifted everything, and along with all those shaved macadamias. That part of it I really, 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 really like. The cremol, when I ate it on its own, it was really good. But at the same time, I would have loved it even more if there was less. The issue for me is that I almost feel as if the cremol shouldn't have been on the plate at all.
I loved the flavour of the cremor and the sorbet. You know, it's beautiful, it's bright, it's sour. Those two elements are great together. Maybe just the macadamia toasted and call it a day, and that would have been a really lovely dessert. With all the extra elements, they're all vying for attention, but I kind of feel like in this case, there's still a little bit of a lack of cohesion. I think for all of Callum's talk of wanting to simplify and strip back, this dish still felt a little bit more on the maximal side of things. I'm not sure this has come together the way that he hopes that it did.
Restraint is a really hard thing, especially when you're either starting out, you're a young cook, or you're in a competition and you're trying to prove yourself. It has so much potential to be amazing. There's so many great elements. Restraint here would have been perfect.
Darren, I see you nodding there a little bit in agreement.
He's definitely trying to incorporate stuff that he's learned along this MasterChef journey, also his career. But sometimes it doesn't always work if you try and fit it all in.
All right, well, listen, thanks very much for coming. That was an interesting tasting. We had two sort of clear favourites, I think, in the room, and two which were a little bit dubious. I think one of them tried to do a little bit too much, and one of them really didn't do enough. We have a tough decision to make.
Yeah.
One of these very talented cooks is going home.
We asked you to deliver a 4-course meal for some of the finest chefs in the country. No biggie, hey? It was never going to be easy to book your place in finals week, nor should it be.
Good news first. Two of you brought us great dishes that have secured your place in finals week. The first person joining Reynolds in the finals is... Amelia.
Well done.
You had me at fish and fennel. What a combination. Your dish was beautifully seasoned and balanced. Crispy skin as promised. Well done.
Thank you.
Congrats. Yeah. So, the next person into finals is... Laura.
Oh my God.
Well done, Lottie.
Laura, your lamb was perfect. The jus had bucket loads of flavour, and the succulence gave it just the extra salty edge that whole dish needed. Well done.
Good luck, guys. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck, Reese.
Well done today, mate. Now to the bad news. Reese and Callum, it came down to the two of you. One of you did too little, and the other tried to do too much. Both of your dishes had flaws. Callum, you said you were going to pull back and be restrained. It just led to confusion in the flavours. Reese, your proportions were just not quite right. Your seasoning was out. And we all felt it just wasn't finals worthy. So I'm sorry, Reese. That's why you're going home.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Reese.
That's all right.
Well done, mate.
Reese, mate, you've been a true legend in this kitchen. You brought us so many good dishes. Your personality, it shone. You should be so proud how far you've come.
For me, like, I just love everyone in this room. Like, I'm so grateful to meet you guys and to have that support. Like, that meant so much to me. And obviously these guys, like, I've so much inspiration from each and every one of them, and to call them my friends is unreal. Like, it just means a lot to me. So overall, this experience just means the world to me.
When you walk out that door today, I want you to strut like you mean it. Because you are 10s across the board to us. Because you're wonderful. And we will miss you.
Give us an elbow, mate. You're a legend. Well done, mate. Well done.
Jesus.
You'll be missed, mate.
Thanks.
We miss you already, Reese.
Oh, Reese.
Yeah, Reese.
Oh my God.
Give it up for Reese, everybody!
Yeah, Reese.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken. It's a sad, sad moment, but something that I can just reflect on now and really appreciate what I've done since being here, and appreciate every moment that I've had here, because to do it once is something, but to do it twice is special. And I got to meet Katy Perry. Like, I'm still starstruck.
Guys, huge day, emotional day, but just take a minute to think where you're at. You're in the top 4. You're in finals week of MasterChef 2020, back to win. You guys are the best of the best. Now, get on out of here, because finals week, she ain't gonna be easy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Good job. Well done, Lawsy.
Next time on MasterChef Australia.
That trophy is just inching closer and closer.
It's so close, they can taste it.
This week has to be the week I cook my best food ever.
It's crunch time,
This is it for me. I'm ready to dive in.
and they're prepared to do whatever it takes.
I just need to focus on the next few cooks to be holding that trophy at the end.
But first, they must survive one of the toughest weeks ever. It's finals week. Expect the unexpected.
Guess what? I'm not done yet.